Alright then, hello guys. Today we're going to be doing another CryptoHacks challenge, and the challenge we're going to be doing today is going to be called the Greatest Common Divisor, or the GCD. So the Greatest Common Divisor, aka the GCD, sometimes known as the highest common factor, is the largest number which divides two positive integers a and b. For a equals 12 and b equals 8, we can calculate the divisors of a 1 2 3 4 6 12, and the divisors of b 1 2 4 8. And comparing these two, we see that GCD is a and b equals 4. Now imagine we take 11 and 17. Both a and b are prime numbers, as a prime number has only 1 in itself as a divisor, so the GCD is 1. We say that for any two integers a and b, if the GCD of a and b is equal to 1, then a and b are co-prime integers. And if a and b are prime, they are also co-prime. If a is prime and b is less than a, then a and b are co-prime. Think about those cases for a prime and b greater than a. Why are these not necessarily co-prime? There are many tools to calculate the GCD of two integers, but for this task we are recommending to look up the Euclid algorithm and try coding it up. It only takes a couple of lines using a equals 12, b equals 8 to test it. And now we calculate the GCD of a and b equals 66528 and 52,920 and enter it below. So it's asking us to code it. So right away we see that I guess a is equal to 12, and I'm currently using Python to code it. So let's see. So I guess I'll show you guys how to do it. Nano solve.py. And as you can see, I already solved it, but we're gonna ignore that. A is equal to 12, b is equal to 8. So what's gonna help us is basically knowing what the Euclid algorithm is. So Euclid algorithm. So it says right here we have a and b, and it's basically the remainder. So if the remainder is not 0, that means b is gonna be the greatest common divisor. So in this case, the remainder became 0 because it reached 6, and since 6 is that, it becomes the GCD. So now we gotta write the logic for that. So now we know a is equal to 12, b equals to 8, and I guess we're gonna assume c is whatever a divisor by b is. So now while we're gonna do this loop, while c is not equal to 0, we're gonna keep on looping within this. So that basically means we're gonna keep on running the code. So while c is not equal to 0, we're basically gonna do the code part again. So we're gonna have a is gonna be equal to, in this case what happened was b became a, and then the b was equal to the remainder, which was in this case 12. In our case it's c. The remainder is whatever this output. So b is going to equal to c, and then from here we're basically going to do c is equal to a divisor by b, and that's basically gonna grab us the latest divisor, 6. And now after it's done looping, and once it breaks off, now all we're gonna need to print out is basically, because once it hits 0, that basically means it found the greatest common divisor, and all we need to do is print out the second number, which is a and b, which is the greatest common divisor. So in our case, we're just gonna print out b. So now if we run this code, Python 3 solve.py, we get 4, which is the answer that we see here. GCD is equal to 4. And let's get this logic again. So we got 12 and 8, and c equals to that. So basically, if c is not equal to 0, then it's basically going to run the rest of the code right here below. But in this case, this happens outside the while loop. So basically, this basically means that c is equal to 0. And in that case, we're printing out the B value, because if you look at right here, once in this case the remainder is 0, which is our C value, we want to be able to print out the second number, which is B, which is in this case is this right here. So now what is the challenge asking us to do? It's asking us to look for the GCD between these two numbers, 66528 or 66,528. So if we go right here and replace 12 with that number that they gave us, and then they ask us to replace 52,920. So if you go back right here and replace it, and now if we run the code Python 3 solve.py, we get 1512, and now we can compare it using this, and we could see the flag was 1512. So that solves this challenge for us. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, and also pretty fun. So yeah, that's about it for this video. Hope you guys learned something new today. I know I did, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.